Welcome to a video on basic probability using contingency tables. In this video, we'll focus on understanding probability through two-way tables with solutions. Let's get started. A contingency table, also known as a two-way table, displays the results of two categorical variables in matrix format. It helps in analyzing relationships between variables and calculating probabilities. Let's take a look at an example. In this example, our table compares study method versus grade. A survey was conducted on a group of students regarding their preferred study method, flashcards or practice tests, and their average test grade, A, B, or C. In our table, we can see on the left-hand side the students' preferred study method, flashcards or practice tests, and a row for the total. Going across the top row, we can see the students' grade, their average grade being an A, B, C, and then another column for the total. I've included a link to this table in the video description below. Let's assume a student is selected at random. Let's calculate the following probabilities. First, let's find the probability that the student prefers flashcards. To find the probability that the student prefers flashcards, we want to know the number of students that preferred flashcards over the total number of students. So if we look for the total number of students that preferred flashcards, that would be 22, over the total number of students, which is in the lower right-hand corner, 72, we get that the probability a student preferred flashcards is 22 out of 72. Let's use our calculator to convert this fraction to a decimal. As a decimal, this would be 0.3056. In probability, it's customary to round the answers to 4 decimal places unless otherwise stated. Sometimes you also may be asked to express a probability as a percentage. As a percentage, this would be 30.56%. Now let's find the probability that a student prefers practice tests. So we're looking for the total number of students that preferred practice tests out of the total number of students. In this case, 50 students preferred practice tests out of 72 students total. So this would be 50 out of 72. As a decimal, this would be 0.6944. As a percentage, this would be 69.44%. Now we want to find the probability that the student prefers flashcards and got an A. So we're looking for the number of students that preferred flashcards and got an A over the total number of students. In the table, we're looking for the box that represents students that prefers flashcards and has an average test score of an A. In this case, we see that there are 11 students that fit that category over the total number of students, which is still 72. So the probability that a student prefers flashcards and got an A is 11 out of 72. As a decimal, this would be 0.1528. As a percentage, this would be 15.28%. Now let's find the probability that the student prefers practice tests and got a B. Similar to the previous problem, we're looking for the number of students that preferred practice tests and got a B over the total number of students. It looks like there are 13 students who preferred practice tests and got a B out of 72 students total. So this probability would be 13 out of 72. Converting that to a decimal, that would be 0.1806. As a percentage, that would be 18.06%. For our last problem, let's find the probability that a student got a C. In this case, we do not care about preferred study method. So to find this probability, we're looking for the total number of students that got a C over the total number of students. It looks like there were 27 students total that got a C over 70 students total in the survey. As a decimal, this would be 0.375. As a percentage, that would be 37.5%. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.